I don't know. You guys, I got Taylor in here who's a Montreal Canadiens fan. Darren Dupont who's a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. That's a nice little balance, I would suggest.
Sure.
Me being an Oilers fan, out of the closet now, will be very closely watching the James Neal, Milan Lucic progress throughout the season. And I understand that they do different things. That's fine. The question will be who's benefiting their team more. And how you dictate that will depend on different things. Stats, plus minus, goals, assists, fights, if that's what Lou says that it is. And he's going to ride shotgun Luch, whatever. Just win, baby.
Yeah, Clark, you're going to have to get we'll get a board. We'll have the two guys, and we'll have head-to-head recaps kind of on a weekly basis.
If anybody cares.
I think it's something that people will be following for a while, especially in those two fan bases who won that trade. A lot of people saying that both teams won the trade because you're getting something.
When it happened, I said both teams lost the trade.
I remember that too.
And I'm not sure that that's not entirely incorrect yet. So we'll see. And interesting watching Dave Tippett yesterday after the Oilers put Sam Gagner on waivers and said he doesn't play defense. He won't play defense. We want a guy that can kill penalties in our bottom six forwards. He doesn't do that. So see you later. So anyways, Oilers in good hands there. Continuing on, there are some other topics that I want to get to today. And we will revisit the Jordan Williams-Lambert trade talk. There's no talk from the teams. It's just media buzz. But you got a high-priced talent. You can't even get onto the roster. Maybe you move him. Who needs him? We'll discuss that. Charleston Hugh is saying he should be the most outstanding player in the Canadian Football League. That's what he's saying. And it is somewhat mystifying that he's never won it. He's never won the Defensive Player of the Year, let alone Most Outstanding Player. And that's a little mystifying. But I would suggest, Charleston, just go out and play. He's being paid handsomely. He's doing his thing. What do you need accolades for? What do you really need them for? I want to talk about that. It is October 1st today. I don't know if you guys noticed, if it came up in your Facebook memories, where we were, some of us anyways, 3 years ago today. Did it come up in yours, Darren?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, the very first ever game in Mosaic Stadium, Rams-Huskies. I was at the microphone for it, hosting the broadcast. Were you?
I was hosting downstairs on the sidelines, so on field level.
Biggest crowd ever for Rams-Huskies.
And how cool was that, though, for you and I to be part of the first ever broadcast of a football game?
Really awesome.
At
you don't
the
ever
new stadium.
Forget that.
Never.
I was in the stands, and it was, plus 25 that day?
Oh, it was awesome.
Beautiful day. Perfect day.
Little different.
Bit different.
Are we going to see that come around before the snow's here to stay forever, do you think? Is it going to get warm again?
Yes.
Yeah, there'll be another stretch.
Good, because I got to get my Jeep out to Milestone, Saskatchewan, and my brother, the cowboy, was literally laughing at me on Sunday. It's going to be a chilly ride for you out there in Big Bird. Yeah.
I'm laughing too.
Right. Indoor slow pitch league tonight. Is it slow pitch or baseball? What are we doing at Ballers tonight?
Slow pitch.
Is it slow pitch? I sure hope so.
I hope so too.
We've been signed up in the Great Western Indoor Ball League. And the reason I ask what we're playing is because I said to Abu Meshrik yesterday, what are you doing tomorrow night? He says, I'm playing baseball with you jokers at Ballers. I said, good. I didn't know that you'd been invited.
Good.
So check our Instagram stories tonight for the full hijinks, the zany hijinks of the Rod Pedersen Show team. Because we do everything together here.
Yep.
That's what I love. So all of us are going to be down at Ballers. And do you know who we're playing tonight? Who's the Roadkill?
I don't know.
We don't know? Doesn't matter.
Is that their team name? Or did you signal every opponent the Roadkill because we're just going to ride over?
Roadkill.
Yeah.
Now, Dion is watching in Cranbrook, British Columbia this morning. He says, congrats to Cale Fleury on making the Montreal Canadiens. And I love the fact that there's a lot of kudos going around. Cale Fleury from Carlisle, Saskatchewan. I can see Carlisle from here. I always like saying. Breaking news. Wow, there's a lot going on today. As Bob Cole would say, everything's happening. From TSN. Notification, San Jose Sharks forward Evander Kane has been suspended 3 games without pay for the physical abuse of an official during Sunday's preseason game against the Vegas Golden Knights. So you got the NHL throwing the book at Evander Kane for roughing up a linesman, which we all saw.
Yeah.
The NFL suspending Vontez Burflick for the entire season for his headshot, and the CFL celebrating theirs by making him Player of the Week. How do we feel about the 3-game ban for Evander Kane? I love the fact that Taylor, an ordained official.
Yeah.
With the Saskatchewan Hockey Association. Do you mind that I defer all officiating-related topics to you?
That's good.
How do you feel about the 3 games? You probably wanted him gone for 30 games.
The year. Nah, it has no place in the league, and I don't think that abuse of an officials is a problem. Headshots in the CFL and the NFL, for that matter, are a problem. I don't know if officiating abuse is a problem in the NHL, so the 3 games is fine.
Here's how I look at it and I mentioned this earlier in the week, yesterday, was with the abusive official or with supplemental discipline and suspensions. It's supplemental because it needs to be taken into consideration. It wasn't handled on the ice. I thought kicking him out of the game, they handled it. They delivered the right penalty. So probably in terms of how bad it was, didn't need a suspension. But the 3 games just shows you that we're not tolerating any kind of contact with the referee at all.
Jonathan Rose.
Yeah.
What happened with him? What did he do?
Let's recap it. And can I pause for 1 second? Producer Clark, he's very sharp, people. Real nice, Clark. He's come up with this moniker for you, Taylor. You are the Rod Pedersen Show Director of Officiating.
Perfect.
Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
We got a Director of Scouting in Craig Smith. Now we have a Director of Officiating in Taylor Shire. And my request to you would be to show up in an official's jersey.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Would you do that?
I can do that, yeah.
I think that would be fantastic. So anyways, Nelson's watching from Phoenix this morning, and he says, the NHL, another league that gets it. You're going to jerk around, you're going to pay for it. 3 games to Evander Kane. The whole season to Vontez Burflick. And the CFL going to make Simone Lawrence Player of the Week. And Jonathan Rose last year in the East Final roughs up an official, knocks him over somebody on the sidelines, gets to play the next week in the Grey Cup, and over the offseason, the CFL forgot about it. Look, I am as Joe CFL guy as there is. I owe everything I have to the league. But they wonder why they get made fun of.
Yep.
It's things like this.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, almost.
Like, is Randy Ambrosi pounding tables and kicking over stools in the office this morning, saying, how do we let this go? I would hope, because it does all come down to him, does it not?
What do you mean, how do we let this go? How do we let this go? Because doesn't it fall on him to say?
Well, does everything fall on him? I'm not sure.
I think he can make those decisions. It'll fall on the director of officiating or whoever hands.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about them forgetting about the Jonathan Rose incident over the offseason, and he doesn't have to suffer any discipline at all for roughing up an official? And then the Simone Lawrence.
Who decided that the maximum fine would be allowed and not suspension?
Well, where are we going here? That's my question. What exactly are we saying? The fact that he's named Player of the Week has the opportunity to be named Player of the Week.
I don't think that matters. Player of the Week is just a...
Oh, I know what they're saying.
You're celebrating the guy. It's on your Twitter account, him smiling.
Right.
And he shouldn't even be playing.
But to defend the league, their response, I would think, as they're sitting there today, would be, well, we let him play. So if he's going to play, of course he's going to have a chance to be Player of the Week. He just set a record for tackles. We can't tell him, okay, you're allowed to be part of this team, you're allowed to be part of this league, but you can't win anything. You're really not allowed to be celebrated. Yeah, don't sell any Simone Lawrence jerseys. We're just going to let you play, but we're going to keep you in handcuffs. If you're going to suspend him, suspend him. If not, then of course he's open to winning Player of the Week. But the argument is we get he has an opportunity to be celebrated when maybe he shouldn't be playing.
You got the NFL and the NHL sending very clear messages.
Yeah.
And the CFL's just piddling around. That's the difference. You want to be considered in the stratosphere of those leagues, then act like it.
They have a performance-enhancing drug protocol. You get 2 games for your first, right? And then you get 4 for your second, then it's a
season ban.
So why is a headshot the opposite? You get 2 games for your first headshot of the year, then a fine for your second one?
Going down.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they felt that the severity of the hit wasn't as severe as the first one. It shouldn't.
He's targeting the head.
Oh, I know. He did it in both instances.
But they
Hang on.
Defenseless.
We need to pause, boys. We'll be right back. Ty, watching our social media advisor. Can you put up Ty's comment? Can you find it and go back to the comments, Clark? He said, can we talk about the viewer total? Here it is. Can we talk about the live viewer number? Business is booming. And it is. And yesterday was our 4th highest viewed show of all time. I thought it was the highest viewed of all time, but apparently the Weston Dressler episode was the number 1 of all time, which stands to reason, right?
Oh, yeah.
But business is booming. And we're in the business of being in business, and it's booming.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.